This is a Dragon harness system. It's made to be worn under the kit of the warfighter with a built-in handle extraction system. This is constructed of a flat 2-inch nylon. Its break strength is approximately 6,000 pounds. The stitching itself is rated at just over 3,300 pounds. When we put it on our warfighter, it's put on just like a coat prior to donning the vest. In the front, there's a Fastex buckle. We connect, we cinch it up, so we have a nice, easy comfort fit. It's made to be to ride up as soon as the extraction is initiated. On the back, if we look around, once the vest is put on, which we'll show you here in a second, these handles can be moved up or down approximately 6 inches. Some people prefer to be able to click those on the outside on their comms connection snap to where when an extraction is done, it can be pulled immediately off. If not, these are put into the back, folded up just like that. When the extraction is performed, the rescuer reaches right behind the casualty. This will be the one area that is not on the ground, so we don't need to roll the patient to get to him. We can do it blindly. His kit will come up here, his helmet will come down here. If he's on his back, this will be the one area that's easily accessible in which we can just pull these straight out and begin our extraction. Now we'll put the vests on. We've had our operator just don his kit. As you can see, this is where the handle system goes. Depending on whether we have a collared system or not, we can move this up and down like we previously said. If we have snaps out onto our soft body armor, we can snap that onto the comms gear. This is how it's packaged. At the bottom, we'll keep it low. When we roll around, we can see that this will be the area that's off the ground if our operator was shot and laying on his back, to where we could do this blindly. And then as we turn around, that's how it fits. Very comfortable, rides up out of the way, so it's not cumbersome for any more of your kit, any of your carabiners and whatnot. Next, when we're talking about extracting people, we need to realize that we need to get that casualty off the X immediately. That X is the point of wounding, where somebody took an effective enough shot to drop that warfighter that we need to go in and rescue him. We need to spend as little time on that X as possible. So being able to initiate an immediate rescue without manipulating that person or trying to pick them up or carry them is optimal. The problems we run into is a lot of us rely on this drag strap that's on the back. The problem with these drag straps is no one really weight tests any of these. They're not held liable. They're held liable for the ballistic protection of that vest, but not for the stitching of the drag strap. So we've seen these break consistently on low weights and high weights. It depends on the stitching. It depends on any damage that's done to the vest and to the outer shell. The other point to consider is if I am able to extract somebody by this, I'm going to have to manipulate my warfighter up to be able to even access this point, if I'm able to access it. The problem that comes in is if he has a camelback on, if he has a rucksack on, if he has his weapon slung or any comms gear going across his back, I may not be able to access this. You can see how tight my hand fits in there. That means only one person will ever be able to extract this guy by himself. We also do not gain the leverage of distance away from the casualty while we're dragging them. He's going to be right on top of us, which means he'll be banging into our legs as we attempt to move backwards with our casualty. Next, the other point to consider is when we drag our casualty and we pull from him on the vest, what typically happens is this vest will ride up to his head, underneath his chin. When he does that, it will also expose his abdomen, which will put him at a great disadvantage if he gets shot in his abdomen, due to the fact it's not one of the 3 most preventable causes of death. By utilizing this extraction system, it's underneath the kit, which will ride up and allow full PPE protection of our warfighter when we're extracting him.